Avery Sinclair never imagined that one simple oversight, her possessive husband's failure to show up for their son's birthday, would push her to the brink. As the little wife of Damian Sterling, the billionaire CEO and obsessive alpha male who ruled his dark romance empire with an iron fist, she had endured years of his cold indifference. But now she pulled out the divorce papers, ready to vanish with their son forever, leaving the grumpy sunshine dynamic of their forced marriage in ruins. Damian, always the calm mafia boss in his luxury lifestyle, lost control like a madman, storming into his penthouse office demanding her whereabouts. This time, though, Avery and their boy wouldn't look back. She approached her manager with resignation in hand. Next month, she'd head overseas for advanced training, she explained, fabricating a story about reuniting with her child's father in Australia for a family life. The manager nodded sympathetically, assuming she was a single mom struggling alone. Avery smiled faintly. Soon she would be. Stepping out, she nearly collided with Damian and his assistant, Olivia Green. Damian Sterling, her boss and the father of her child, the possessive husband who had claimed her in a marriage of convenience 7 years ago. Back then, as his personal secretary, a chaotic night of drunken passion led to their son. This marked the 6th year of their hidden union, the 6th year he forbade the boy from calling him dad. Damian's steps were deliberate, slowing to accommodate the woman beside him. Olivia clutched reports in one hand, the hem of his suit in the other, their intimacy glaring like a spotlight. In that brushing moment, Avery's heart skipped, but she held back. Damian's expression turned icy, addressing her with professional distance, a warning that they were merely employer and employee in this setting. She swallowed her emotions, murmuring his name formally. He acknowledged her with a curt hum, striding past as if she were a stranger. Avery mocked herself inwardly, choking back news of her resignation. He wouldn't care anyway. Her phone lit up with a message from their son via his smartwatch, asking if Dad would come home for his birthday. Avery glanced back instinctively, only to see Damian leaning down tenderly toward Olivia, shielding her protectively from passers-by, his eyes brimming with unguarded softness. Suppressing the jealousy surging like acid, she texted Damian, "Today is our son's birthday. Are you free tonight?" Through the corridor, she watched him check his phone briefly before pocketing it, unmoved. Staring at the unanswered chat, Avery ridiculed her own naivety. How could she still expect warmth from this obsessive alpha male's stone-cold heart? Pocketing her phone, she exhaled deeply and left. "Damian, you'll be free soon enough." After work, she headed straight to the kindergarten to pick up their son. His first words upon seeing her, "Today is my birthday." The second, "Will Dad join us to celebrate?" On the bustling street, Avery's eyes welled up. Before she could respond, her phone pinged. Damian finally replied, "I'll make time to come home." Joy flooded her. She nodded eagerly to the boy. "Theo, don't worry, Dad's coming." The child clapped excitedly, leaping into her arms. In 6 years of this enemies-to-lovers-turned forced marriage, this was the first time Damian agreed to celebrate their son's birthday. That evening, Avery prepared a lavish spread in their New York penthouse, overlooking the glittering skyline from floor-to-ceiling windows. Theo finished his homework early, buzzing with anticipation. 1 hour passed, then 2, 3. Her inquiring texts went unanswered, as always. Theo sensed it, peering at her cautiously. "Mom, is Dad too busy?" Avery wanted to defend him, but couldn't muster the words. Settling for "It's okay. Mom will always be with you." Theo asked no more, obediently grabbing his birthday hat. "Mom, help me put it on." As she did, Avery glimpsed Olivia's social media update. "What a perfect day. I love it so much." The photo showcased a high-end restaurant meal, and in the corner, a wedding ring peeked out. The one from their age-gap union, which Damian wore on his pinky to signal single status. How ironic, the symbol of their marriage as his badge of freedom. On their son's 6th birthday, the possessive husband dined candlelit with his mistress. All bitterness crystallized into calm. She liked the post, set down her phone, and crowned Theo, "Happy birthday, sweetie." Under candlelight, Theo closed his eyes, Hands clasped. My wish is to be with Mom forever. Avery snapped a photo, her resolve to leave sprouting into an unshakable tree. That night, they ignored Damien entirely, as if the home had always been just the two of them. After Theo slept, Avery retrieved the prep divorce papers from a drawer, her last hesitation vanishing. At 2 a.m., Damien finally returned to the penthouse, eyes flickering with regret at the untouched cake. He muttered an apology for forgetting, but Avery found it laughable. Her barrage of reminders surely visible, unless his luxury lifestyle with Olivia blinded him. She handed him the divorce papers, flipping to the signature page, urging him to sign with feigned composure. Before he could respond, his phone rang. Olivia's panicked voice. The power's out at my place. Can you come? I'm scared. Damien bolted up, worry etching his face. Wait for me, I'm coming. He signed without glancing, then dashed out. Avery watched him go silently. Damien, remember, this home is what you willingly discarded. The next day, back at the office in his towering Manhattan headquarters, Damien sought her out, handing an elegantly wrapped gift for Theo's birthday. I forgot yesterday. Avery opened it, a dog toy. Theo's deepest fear was dogs, stemming from a 5-year-old trauma when Damien, during a rare outing to an amusement park, released his hand to greet friends, leaving the boy lost and terrified by strays. Now the culprit offered it as a present. Not rage, but profound disappointment washed over her. She set it aside casually. Thanks. Damien eyed her oddly, then added, Olivia's place lost power. I'm letting her stay here. Don't go to work today. Pack up and take Theo out for a couple days. The words hammered her heart. Incredulous, she stared. You mean evict me and our son for Olivia? He frowned. Don't make it sound ugly. It's temporary. We're keeping the marriage hidden, so avoid suspicion with colleagues. Avery laughed bitterly. Just colleagues? Just suspicion? Or do we cramp your pursuit of love in the shadows? Unwilling to face him longer, she returned to her desk. Understood. I'll pack and leave soon. Won't disturb you. Since departure loomed anyway, timing mattered little. Her quick agreement stunned Damien. He softened. Unusually, I'll compensate you both. Without looking up, the damage is done. No compensation erases it. Back at the penthouse, Avery gathered luggage and led Theo out, only to encounter Damien returning with Olivia, wheeling her suitcase like a doting boyfriend. Their eyes met, panic flashed in his. Olivia exclaimed in surprise, what are you doing at Damien's home? Avery shielded Theo, instinctively their relatives staying temporarily. But Damien interrupted, gripping the suitcase tighter. Though not the first denial, it stabbed her heart anew. Before she could speak, Theo piped up, hello, uncle. Avery turned in disbelief, seeing his reddened eyes. Mom, let's go. Words lodged in her throat. She managed a weak smile. Okay. As they passed, Damien grabbed her arm. Shocked. What did he call me? She smirked. Isn't this what you've always wanted? 6 years of hidden marriage. You never let him call you dad. She yanked free despite his unyielding grip. His eyes complex. Give me a few days. I'll explain to Theo. She reminded Olivia's waiting. Let go. He released reluctantly. Avery scoffed, grasping Theo's hand to leave. Damien halted them. Wait. He fetched a cake from his car. Happy birthday, Theo. Olivia chimed perfectly. This was for me. But since it's your son's day, don't mind. The cake weighed like lead. Avery nearly returned it, but Theo's eyes sparkled with hope. Softening, she kept it. Theo, oblivious to adult tensions, asked Damien eagerly if he'd join them to eat. Damien hesitated briefly before agreeing. Theo cheered, rushing inside, urging Avery to open it. She portioned slices, her smile freezing upon tasting. Spit it out. Can't eat this. Panicked, she snatched Theo's piece. Theo's allergic to mango. You didn't know? Damien's face paled with alarm. Sorry, I didn't. Another sorry, countless since Theo's birth. Theo realized, staring blankly, expectation gone. It's okay. They wouldn't know. He buried his face in Avery's arms, refusing to look up. No more hesitation. Avery scooped him up and walked out. Even as they left the villa, she felt Damien's apologetic, chaotic gaze, but this time, neither she nor Theo stirred. From there, Avery headed to the office, swiftly packing her desk. No need for farewells now. She left the signed divorce papers on his table, exhaling relief. Luggage in tow, she took Theo to the airport. Before boarding, she asked, "Will you be mad if Mom takes you away?" Theo shook his head, nuzzling her. "I just want Mom." Tears streamed. All pain dissolved into release. She blocked Damien's contacts. "Damien, goodbye forever." The next day, Damien arrived at his office punctually, unsettled by yesterday's events. Opening his email, an approved resignation popped up. Staring at the words, foreboding gripped him. Before clicking, Olivia swayed. "And here's the last report." She placed it down, draping a hand on his shoulder, and once tacit flirtation now irking him. He straightened, flipping through one page in, errors everywhere. Even department names wrong. Slamming it down. "Who made this? No basic competence? Call the manager. How does HR hire?" Olivia paled. "I did." His fury fizzled. Glancing at her frightened face, helplessness crept in. Olivia's eyes reddened. "Do you think I'm dumb?" "Teary," she insisted stubbornly. "If you do, I'll leave. Hire someone smarter." She turned to go. He blocked instinctively. Meeting her pitiful gaze, he froze. Avery never wore such expressions. Proud, she'd solve issues herself, not whine. If Avery were still here. His hand clenched. The thought startled him, prompting a panicked release. Rubbing his temples wearily. "Go out." Olivia persisted, but he snapped out. She bit her lip, exiting reluctantly. Alone, Damien sat, eyeing the flawed report. Memories flooded 7 years ago. Avery, a green rookie without standout credentials, outshone others through grit. She'd beg seniors for tips on reports, jot notes obsessively, appear instantly with solutions, memorize guests at galas. Back then, she'd vow, "Next time, I'll do even better." As secretary, she was perfection. With her, envy followed him for his golden aid. But that night ruined it all. Waking to her beside him after wild passion, appreciation twisted to hate. Why degrade herself to climb his bed? Resentment festered. Even marrying for the child in this marriage of convenience, he couldn't thaw. He sought Olivia, her opposite, as rebellion against the forced union. Now Olivia's excesses bored him. Recalling Avery and Theo's resolute departure, his heart raced. Maybe end this childishness. Perhaps after years she'd changed. That evening, Damien attended a partner's banquet with Olivia in a private jet to the venue, a sprawling Italian-style manor overlooking the sea. Absent Avery all day, he sipped wine distractedly. Had he gone too far? Draining his glass, he reached for his phone to message her. But partners interrupted about the scheme. He shifted to work mode. Mid-conversation, Olivia interjected discordantly, "This dessert is amazing." Holding a chocolate cupcake, her innocent eyes disrupted. Faces soured, oblivious, she crowded Damien, smearing cream on him. He recoiled sharply enough. Olivia halted, tears welling. "What's wrong? You weren't like this before." He inhaled deeply, spotting partners' odd looks. One laughed awkwardly. "Handle your business. We'll talk schemes later." Others echoed, fleeing. Damien couldn't stop them. The negotiation turned farce thanks to Olivia. He dreaded industry gossip. Indeed, partners huddled. Does Damien have peculiar tastes? One shook his head. His old secretary Avery was sharp, capable, discreet. Dug her corner multiple times, no luck. Another nodded. Same here. Meanwhile, Damien fumed at Olivia, chest heaving. She sobbed red-eyed. "What did I do? I just wanted to share. Did I err?" Growing distraught, she sniffled, drawing stares. Unable to vent publicly, he gritted. "You're right. I'm wrong." Blinking, she wiped tears, hugging him. "You're the best." Inwardly, Damien regretted choosing this fool for defiance countless times. Fearing more blunders, he avoided mingling, chatting briefly with approachers, then sulked in a corner, downing drinks. Finally, banquet over, he fled like escape, boarding his Maybach for the drive back to the penthouse. Drunk haze rising, he stumbled in Avery water. Silence answered. Flicking lights, he realized their absence. In the kitchen, grabbing soda from the fridge, he noticed stickers plastered on the door, cartoon characters Theo adored. Usually deeming them childish, Now they evoked a soft chuckle. Visions arose. Theo tiptoeing into his study with a book. Can you read with me? Damien's response? I'm busy, no time. Irritation swelled. He texted Avery, send your address. I'll pick you up tomorrow. Revising, where are you and Theo staying? I'll come personally. Sent, but a red exclamation, friend verification needed. Not friends yet. Ken crushed underfoot, brows furrowed. He scrolled workgroups frantically. No Avery. She couldn't have quit without resigning. Forcing a strained laugh, recalling the unopened email, panic mounted. He called HR manager. Why can't I find Avery in groups? The manager, amid family TV noise, a child's voice, dad, cartoon starting, replied she resigned. When? Damien yelled, nearly stumbling. She's mine. Every breath she takes belongs to me. Damien's obsessive alpha male instincts kicked in, the touch her and die possessiveness flaring as he realized his little wife had slipped away, pregnant with secrets he never knew. Wait, no, but in his dark romance world, revenge and jealousy brewed. He vowed to claim her back, his baby girl, mine to ruin. Racing to the airport in his private jet, Damien tracked her flight to Australia, but she was gone, vanished into a new life. Months of luxury searches, hiring investigators, scouring penthouses worldwide, yielded nothing. His mafia boss side emerged, using underground networks for revenge against imagined rivals, though it was his own fault. Jealousy consumed him, picturing her with another, fueling his grumpy disposition. High abuse twisted his soul. He regretted every cold shoulder, every time he pushed her away in their age gap dynamic. Then, a lead, she was in Italy, at a seaside villa. Flying there on his yacht docking nearby, he confronted her. High sweet moments interspersed abuse. Avery pregnant again? No, but the air loomed in his mind. In a forced reunion, enemies to lovers reignited. Finally, as possessive husband, he claimed, good girl, you're pregnant with our heir now. Revenge on my past self complete. Their dark romance flourished in opulence, forever bound.